TV. Sun FM TV would like to welcome the following towns to Top Star Channel 91. Ndola, Kitwe, Luanshya, Mufulira, Kalulushi, Chingola, Chililabombwe, Kapiriamposhi, Kabwe, Lusaka, Katfiwe, Choma, Mazabuka, Livingston, Chipata, Chinsali, Kasama, Mansa, Solwezi, and Mongu. Feel free to interact with us and let us know where you are watching from. Only on your Top Star Decoders Channel 91, Sun FM TV. Radio Gone Rogue. Radio Gone TV.
The Zambia Absa Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia's biggest and most anticipated marathon. Join us on the 6th of September 2025 for a day of fun, personal milestones, and unforgettable memories. And now with the World Athletics label, you don't want to miss a chance to write your fitness story. Register today at absamarathonzambia.co.zm. Get your slot at 600 kwacha or 500 kwacha when you pay using any of your Absa cards. Your story matters. Absa.
For in-depth news coverage from across Zambia, local and national news, business, politics, and sports, this is the Sun FM News, brought to you by Absa. Your story matters.
The news.
With the news, my name is Alan Mwale. The headlines. Government has expressed satisfaction with the nation's strengthening macroeconomic outlook and has reaffirmed its commitment to addressing the key issues highlighted in the IMF country report released on August 5th, 2025. Attorney General Mulilo Kabesha has clarified that former President Edgar Lungu's family has not lodged an appeal against the Pretoria High Court's ruling. Rather, they have submitted a request seeking permission to appeal. Former Kasenengwa Member of Parliament Essential Banda has contended that improvements in energy access seem to benefit the corporate sector, especially the mining industry, more than the wider population. In sports, Zambia, currently sitting at the bottom of Group A with 0 points following their opening loss, are facing possible elimination from CHAN 2024 after suffering a 2-1 defeat to Angola on Sunday. We have the news in detail shortly.
The news. 88.5 Sun FM.
Government has reaffirmed the commitment to macroeconomic stability and inclusive development following the release of the International Monetary Fund IMF country report number 25/225. Finance and National Planning Minister Dr. Stumbeko Musokotwane emphasized that maintaining a fiscal discipline, sustaining social spending, and advancing structural reforms remain top priorities. In a statement, Dr. Musokotwane highlighted the Treasury's release of 18.4 billion kwacha in July 2025 to support public service delivery. The allocation included 3.1 billion kwacha for government programs and general operations, 2.2 billion kwacha for capital expenditure, and 3 billion kwacha for transfers, subsidies, and social benefits. Other allocations were 4.7 billion kwacha for the public service wage bill and 5.4 billion kwacha for arrears and debt servicing, domestic and external. Dr. Musokotwane stated that the July release is a clear demonstration of commitment to successfully implement the national budget and meet set targets. He urged all ministries, provinces, and agencies to intensify efforts in delivering planned programs effectively with a focus on achieving tangible results that improve citizens' lives. The minister also recalled that over the past 3 years, Zambia has recorded steady progress and gross domestic product GDP, with stronger performance expected as reforms in mining, agriculture, and other sectors begin to yield results. However, he acknowledged that the benefits of this growth have not yet reached all citizens, hence government has continued to invest in key social sectors. Further, Dr. Msokotwane noted that despite the efforts, challenges remain in the speed and efficiency of program implementation. Attorney General Mulilo Kabesha has urged the family of former President Edgar Lungu to publicly clarify their reasons for opposing President Hakainde Hichilema's presence near Mr. Lungu's casket should a state funeral be accorded. Speaking during ZNBC's Sunday interview, Mr. Kabesha questioned the rationale behind the family's restriction, expressing concern over their insistence that President Hichilema should not preside over the funeral proceedings. His remarks follow the government's legal victory on August 8, 2025, which authorized the repatriation of Mr. Lungu's remains from South Africa.
Parties are not agreeing. If parties have stopped trusting each other, especially from the Lungu family, who are bereaved family, if they can't trust the government, what is the best arrangement? And I found that the best arrangement would be to go to court. To go to court in South Africa, it's very impartial, very independent of our emotions, very independent of our culture. They will look at the facts as they stand. So I thought that was the best. And for sure, even if you have been following my talking, there's no winner, there's no loser.
Meanwhile, Mr. Kabesha clarified that Mr. Lungu's family has not filed an appeal against the Pretoria High Court's ruling. Instead, they have submitted an application for leave to appeal, which is a procedural request seeking the court's permission to initiate a formal appeal. He emphasized that the court must first determine whether to grant this request before any appeal can proceed. Furthermore, he noted that the application does not automatically suspend the repatriation order unless the court issues a specific stay.
And you can't say, we will not appeal. It depends on what the court says. Supposing the court says, yes, Edgar Lungu will be buried in South Africa, but the Zambian government should hire 3 planes to take mourners to South Africa. Who are we going to accept that? Just like now, the family, yes, they respect the law, but there are things they feel they are not good for them. That's why they have appealed. So usually lawyers, a good lawyer will not tell you, will not appeal, because you don't know what the judge will say.
Former Kasenengwa Member of Parliament, Asensio Banda, has challenged government's claims of improved energy access, arguing that the benefits have not reached ordinary Zambians. His remarks come in response to Energy Minister Makozo Chikote's recent statement that government has increased the national electricity access rate from 34% to 54%. Speaking in an interview, Mr. Banda acknowledged the statistical improvement, but questioned its impact on everyday citizens. He argued that the gains in energy access appear to be concentrated in the corporate sector, particularly the mining industry, rather than among the general population. The former MP emphasized that while access to energy is vital for national development, current government interventions seem to favor large corporations at the expense of ordinary Zambians. He also criticized the UPND administration for what he described as a feel-good statistics that fail to reflect the lived realities of most citizens.
In the period when we have said we have improved in terms of putting in place interventions or projects to alleviate the problems of the common Zambians. That for me, and this is the problem which I have of the UPND government, is to say in the sense of statistics that actually we've improved from X to Z. But what has been the impact on the common Zambian? New, for example, let me give an example. Look at the Samba 100 megawatts, which the president promised that when this solar plant is up and running, actually it will impact on reducing the blackout.
A member of the clergy has strongly condemned the conduct of certain United Party for National Development UPND cadres in the aftermath of the Pretoria High Court's ruling concerning the burial dispute between the government and the family of former President Edgar Lungu. A viral video circulating online captured some political cadres chanting Akatumbi Kaisa in reference to the possible repatriation of Mr. Lungu's remains to Zambia. During the spiritual guidance segment on Konkola Radio, Chilelabomwe Ministers Fellowship President Pastor Emmanuel Mundia described the behavior as adding salt to the wounds of the bereaved family. He emphasized the need for sensitivity and respect during this period of mourning. Pastor Mundia acknowledged the government's efforts to resolve the ongoing funeral impasse and urged the political cadres to exercise restraint. He called for calm and encouraged the leaders from both government and the Lungu family to engage in constructive dialogue to ensure a dignified and respectful send-off for the late former head of state.
First of all, I know that government has been making a lot of effort efforts to get to, engage the family. And I also know that in the family of the late 60th Republican president, there are people also who want to have this matter settled. So on both sides, there are people that want this matter settled. The efforts are being made, and we should not continue to prick on the wounds of those who are injured. For example, the family is in mourning right now. We cannot be seen to be calling, the body of a deceased Akatumbi. What is that? That is shameful. And I'm glad those individuals, because there was backlash, everybody complained in the nation, and then they apologized, though the apology was full of justification. But it must never come to a place where we refer to our deceased Akatumbi. That is the worst kind of degradation.
Chilelabomwe Member of Parliament Paul Kabuswe conducted an inspection of the Food Reserve Agency FRA depot in the district, where he received a briefing from the depot manager indicating that a total of 12,725 bags of maize had been procured from over 100 local farmers. Mr. Kabuswe commended the New Dawn government administration for its progressive agricultural policies, which he said continue to empower farmers and enhance national food security.
Because they were blessing. I want to have food. So, not to be overwhelmed. I'm sure about FRA and Chan. Anyway, Chawama put what to watch about what Tabatabana food. Not to know what you want one salad. The wife you will summa. Wakobati, Cherish affair to Stisha Mataba. Okay. The other thing that we need to look at, maybe even as a party, is to see if we can.
During the visit, the MP also acknowledged several challenges affecting farmers at the facility, including inadequate shelter, limited access to clean water, and insufficient sanitation infrastructure. He assured the farming community that the concerns would be escalated to the appropriate authorities for prompt intervention.
The other thing is issues of toilets. You know, it is very important. I have to allow you to engage.
Lubambe Copper Mines Deputy Chief Executive Officer Daniel Chihili has reaffirmed the company's dedication to supporting the education sector through its corporate social responsibility CSR program. During a courtesy call on Chilelabomwe District Commissioner Jelly Jinga, Mr. Chihili disclosed that the mine provides 100% scholarships annually to vulnerable children within the district. He noted that over 80 students are currently benefiting from full scholarships, with some expected to graduate this year, while others are in their second and third years of study. Mr. Chihili further explained that the scholarship recipients are pursuing their education at reputable institutions. He emphasized that the initiative is designed to empower underprivileged youth by equipping them with skills that can transform their lives and enable them to contribute meaningfully to their communities.
Running a scholarship program for the vulnerable children in Chirawobo district. So every year we give out 100% scholarships to vulnerable children to study at tertiary. We don't choose, as long as it's got an acceptance, is vulnerable and is Chirawobo resident. So we've got over 80. Some are finishing, some third year, some second.
Oh.
Yes, all sponsored by Rwanda Command as a social responsibility.
University.
Yes. So we've got that University, Apex University, Notech, yes.
And you said how many students?
We've got 80.
In response, DC Jinga commended Lubambe Copper Mines for its sustained investment in education, describing the scholarship program as a life-changing gesture. Mr. Jinga also encouraged the company to consider incorporating support for the Ministry of Health in its 2026 CSR budget, specifically by assisting in the refurbishment of Kakoso Hospital. An initiative is said would be a plus for the well-being of the local community.
In your 2026 budget for corporate social responsibility, when I will have done my homework of understanding my district, I want much of a social corporate budget for 2026. If you can factor it into the Ministry of Health and refurbish Koso Hospital, it's going to be a big plus for our community. I was on radio just yesterday. I was privileged to interact with callers in the district. They expressed their concern of the many referrals that are coming from Chilawongwe to Chingola. So one way of keeping those many referrals is to equipping our hospital, as well as building more facilities that may make it a complete package.
We take a break and return with sports.
The Zambia Absa Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia's biggest and most anticipated marathon. Join us on the 6th of September 2025 for a day of fun, personal milestones, and unforgettable memories. And now with the World Athletics label, you don't want to miss a chance to write your fitness story. Register today at absamarathonzambia.co.zm. Get your slot at 600 kwacha or 500 kwacha when you pay using any of your Absa cards. Your story matters. Absa.
Zambia's hopes of advancing in the Total Energies African Nations Championship CHAN Pamoja 2024 took a major hit on Sunday after a dramatic 2-1 defeat to Angola. The result leaves the Chipolopolo boys rooted to the bottom of Group A with 0 points and having also lost their opening match to DR Congo. With 2 fixtures remaining, for most teams, Angola's victory has significantly reshaped the group standings. The Palancas Negras now sit in second with 3 points, level with Morocco and DR Congo, while host nation Kenya leads the pack with 7 points. Zambia must now win both of their remaining matches against Morocco on Thursday and Kenya on Sunday to have any chance of reaching the quarterfinals. Angola, meanwhile, will face DR Congo in what promises to be a pivotal clash for qualification. Meanwhile, speaking during a post-match interview in Nairobi, Kenya, Chipolopolo head coach Avram Grant expressed optimism in his team's chances of reaching the quarterfinals. Despite acknowledging that the status quo has squeezed hope out of football-loving Zambians, Grant and his troops are not willing to give up on their ambitions.
I think our performance the first game was not good. Our performance in this game was good. We improving every game. This is a new team, the champ team. So it's our second game. I think it was much better than the first game. I think it will be better than the third game. But unfortunately, we lost today. Even we were winning 1-0. I think the chances actually missed Costa. But the players today played much better. With a lot of effort, they were looking more fresh, and there was a lot of good things that they can take for this game, except the result.
The 70-year-old tactician has plotted the downfall of co-host nation Kenya and two-time CHAN championship champions Morocco to actualize his illusions. Meanwhile, Kenyan President William Ruto is reported to have promised a cash bonus, of 2.5 million Kenyan shillings to Harambee Stars players and technical bench members if they beat Zambia. And that brings us to the end of this edition of the news. To end, we recap on the headlines. Government has expressed satisfaction with the nation's strengthening macroeconomic outlook and has reaffirmed its commitment to addressing the key issues highlighted in IMF country report released on August 5th, 2025. Attorney General Mulilo Kabesha has clarified that former President Edgar Lungu's family has not lodged an appeal against the Pretoria High Court's ruling. Rather, they have submitted a request seeking permission to appeal. Former Kasenengwa Member of Parliament, Asensio Banda, has contended that improvements in the energy sector and access seem to benefit the corporate sector, especially the mining industry, more than the wider population. And in sports, Zambia currently sitting at the bottom of Group A with 0 points following their opening loss and are facing possible elimination from CHAN 2024 after suffering a 2-1 defeat to Angola on Sunday. And that's where we end. My name is Alan Mwale. Do have a great one and stay tuned for more on Sun FM TV.
Sun FM.
The Zambia Absa Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia's biggest and most anticipated marathon. Join us on the 6th of September 2025 for a day of fun, personal milestones, and unforgettable memories. And now with the World Athletics label, you don't want to miss a chance to write your fitness story. Register today at absamarathonzambia.co.za. Get your slot at 600 kwacha or 500 kwacha when you pay using any of your Absa cards. Your story matters. Absa.
A comprehensive coverage of local and national news, business, politics, and sports. The Sun FM News was brought to you by Absa. Your story matters.
Turn up the fun at home this August with Top Star for just 210 kwacha on Antenna Classic OD Smart. Journey with the kids to a world of fairy tale and fantasy as we unpack amazing content this holiday. Discover the best of kids shows lined up on cartoon channels such as ST Kids, ST Toonie, Toonami, Jam Jam plus more. The fun doesn't stop. Get ready for the 2025-2026 Ultimate Football Fiesta. Starting August 15, watch world's biggest football icons, the battle for football glory in the Spanish La Liga, home of Real Madrid and Barcelona. Also witness the best of the Bundesliga as Bayern Munich looks to conquer German football, plus more exciting leagues on your favorite sports channels. Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Top Star, enjoy digital life.
To know where we're going, we must remember where we're coming from. Boom. Never forget home.
Sun FM, broadcasting from the Copperbelt capital, Ndola City.
This is your favorite station.
She paints her fingers with a close precision. He starts to notice empty bottles of gin and takes a moment to assess the sin she's paid for. A lonely speaker in a conversation. Her words are swimming through his ears again. There's nothing wrong with just a taste of what you paid for. Say what you mean, tell me I'm right, and let the sun rain down on me. Give me a sign, I wanna believe. Whoa, Mona Lisa, you're guaranteed to run this town. Whoa, Mona Lisa, I'd pay to see you frown.
Sun FM, broadcasting from the Copperbelt capital, Ndola City.
This is your favorite station.
Welcome back to the Kwacha Music Awards 2023. I've been doing radio now for about 15 years. And everyone says, oh, Steve, you're a legend. So it feels very bad when somebody who I used to listen to when I was a kid is here. So, I mean, how long do you think you've been in the game for?
In the game? Probably, it's almost